to Surugu after spending an extra day
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
in the island of Hongo.
Oh yeah, I'm on Hongo, yeah, along with Kasumi, I want to say, and Suru.
You're incorrect.
Wrong.
Yeah, I
Shit.
went back with the kids and whatnot.
Suru and someone else. Then
That is technically correct.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other person that's missing is.
It's not important, but we're returning now, so we're home.
Oh, okay. I feel like I hurt someone's feelings, but I didn't know.
So you return home to Surugu with Suru and also Pau and Pascal, who were the other two people that remained behind.
Cool.
And so you're flying back. Sad, are you comporting them? Are you
Yes.
the one driving the machine? Okay. Where would you like to fly back to on Surugu? And I suppose that raises the question of where did Kasumi get left off?
The monastery.
Monastery, yeah.
Makes sense.
I when I go back, I drive right into the volcano, incinerating all of us. No, I go
Boy,
back to
I sure am.
Hayaba.
All right. Paulina and Akio, Sada has lost her mind and is flying directly into the volcano. What do you do?
I think.
go-
Look,
I go-
are you tired? I can drive from now. It's okay.
I go back to Hayaba.
I just go. I open up my jacket coat and I take a sip of my coat because that's a thing I can do now.
You don't have to open up your jacket coat. What is in? What has your coat absorbed currently?
I don't know, rum.
Just soaked with alcohol.
Some kind of alcohol. He lost
I
track
definitely
of
am
what. He lost track of what kind.
Thank you, man.
So you just smell of booze all the time now.
Just fucking reek.
You wanted to go to.
Out of curiosity, will that actually have an impact on my stealth from now on? If I smell like booze?
If you roll poorly, that might be why someone finds you.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't have a mechanical penalty to you, but if someone has a scent ability,
Intriguing. Okay.
you wanted to go to Bozu to get it redesigned, correct? Because currently it's a really quite ugly canvas coat
Mm-hmm.
that so awkwardly fits over your
Armor.
So you should consider finding time to do that. But
I will.
you get back to Hayaba while Kasumi remains at the monastery, presumably doing monastery things, getting your newfound compatriot Kemneriel and the four wayward elemental children situated in their new accommodations. While the rest of you end up back in Hayaba, where you land without issue in the castle courtyard. You disembark easily. A few guards help you gather your things away. Is there anything in particular you would like to do now that you've returned?
What's how many days are left in the month?
About 8.
Okay, I have a week left then.
Yes.
Till
Yeah, it's about a week.
Until I have to figure out who the next Grand Priest is gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. If I can get buff real soon. Okay. If there is time, I'd like to go see the tailor.
Well, the tailor is in Bozu,
Oh shit, sorry, yeah.
which
Sal,
you
I'd
flew
like to
over on your way to Hayaba. Yes?
I'd like to go see the Tinker.
Would anyone else like to see the soldier or the spy?
I'm interested in the spy, yes.
All right. Shin is in his usual place. And Suru landed with you.
Wow. Wait, this is a Zumo eraser.
Anyway, I guess Sada's gonna go see the Temple of Sylvan there. Hopefully figure out a way to pacify the fire lizards, because that's probably what we're gonna deal with next, I imagine.
Okay.
I remember I asked them if they could help with that, and they said they might be able to. So
Right. So Sada, after getting situated, you begin heading off towards the temple district. Would anyone else want to accompany her?
Sure, why not? I'm bored.
Oh, do we have that priestess of Crypta hanging around still?
She's hanging around, yes.
Is she there or is she elsewhere?
She's not in the castle at this time. As you recall, she has a little hut and sort of slapdash shrine outside of the city walls,
Oh, I
because
want to walk
as she
talk
is
to her. Then.
apt to remind you, you still
Oh.
haven't built her built a temple
This is
of
true.
the most universal deity
Ooh.
in the cosmos.
Yep. What does a temple of Crypta look like
Graveyard?
generally?
I don't know.
Yeah, is it like a spooky mausoleum or?
It definitely got mausoleum. It naturally it varies from culture to culture, but typically some sort of bone or skull motif is common. Uh, the and generally the most obvious focus, while there is um, there's typically like a courtyard between the entrance and a gated entrance and the like structure of the temple itself, but the gate itself is typically a very ornate and imposing structure, as gates are the symbol of the goddess of death.
In Koboldopia, they have a shop called the Bone Zone.
Not related to the Temple of Crypta, but yes, they do. Sure.
How'd that happen? Without Bones McJangles being around. Jeez.
Because not everything that has to do with bones has to do with him.
Doesn't it though?
No.
No.
I mean, that raises implications about the bone ship in that case.
Think about it. Bones probably
if he
stole
is
it.
still around.
Why would Bones steal it?
Anyways,
Okay.
jokes aside.
Okay.
So, Paulina, you're going to the Temple of Crypta first, or are you?
I'll take a walk out there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you begin going over there. We'll do Sada first. Sada, you find your way down to the Temple of Silva quite easily. The streets part for you as you walk down. Your people rather respectfully and deferentially moving out of your way as you approach. And soon you find yourself in front of the large tree, gazebo surrounded tree of the Temple of Crypta. Yes, the Temple of Silva. As you approach, one of the temple priests walks up to you. And bows deeply as you walk up to the temple itself. Lady Ryudo, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you in our presence. What can we help you with?
Hello. I actually wanted to come discuss some business I talked about to the 3 founding members of this temple back when.
Well, I am one of them.
Oh yeah, you are one of them. Sorry, I'm
What a
very
weird way
tired.
to.
I went back and forth to not Hongo. Wait, is it Hongo? Yeah, it's Hongo. I went back and forth to Hongo twice in a row.
Oh,
You climbed a mountain, tech. You went on an extreme mountain hike.
That too.
Right. Well,
But yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm here.
you're currently talking to the once your sleep addled brain collects itself. You're actually talking to Sumitaro,
okay.
the um, high priest of Silva,
Yeah.
for this temple and for your little triarchal thing.
Yes. So yeah, do you remember the fire lizards I was asking you guys about if you could help at all with? I was wondering if you.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. I have been putting out feelers, and yes, with a admittedly substantial influx of resources to hire and pay for and potentially heal the proper um, individuals, we think we could take care of that for you.
Okay. Well, let's go over the details then, I guess.
He gives you a plan,
All right.
whereby he utilizing some rangers and druids additionally from the island and a couple of contacts from Marco worshippers actually.
Ah.
He's reached out to a um, priest of Marco from the mainland that he apparently had known personally from some point in his past. Uh, and with the uh, bringing all these people together, getting them onto a boat, bringing them over to where the fire lizards are, and having them do their thing, whereby they will attempt to wrangle a bunch of fire lizards, which, by the way, are huge creatures that breathe fire.
Yep,
Just,
it's true.
just to remind you.
Yep.
Um, they think that they could tame them for you, and potentially secure their eggs as well. Uh, they would just need a place to put them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we
Um,
had to do soon here.
yes.
At the start of the month,
Um,
probably.
the total to do this would be 6 build points.
6 build points? Okay. Yes, let's make a note of that somewhere. So, all right then. So yeah, I guess we probably get started on that to start next month. Or how many build points do we have right now? Let me look.
I think substantial number, more than 2.
Is a treasury our current number?
I believe so. I'm not looking at the
Oh,
sheet right
yeah.
now.
The treasury has 105 build BP right now, I think.
Yep. Well, I think that's your current build point total.
All right. So yeah, I think spending 6 to get that in the works there will work.
Mm-hmm.
And then get the menagerie built in Hayaba next kingdom building phase at the start of the month.
Menagerie, and also you have a couple of demands on you right now.
Yeah.
I should note. So it may behoove you to make a list and check it twice,
Mm,
and potentially not just spend everything on sawmills.
yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm just looking up more.
So yes, the
16 BP.
priest Inoue finishes regaling you with his plan, and explains to you the price and or how much he thinks it would cost. It's not really like he's selling you something. Well, technically is, but it's more of he's explaining to you how much the state would need to invest in this project.
Yeah.
Um,
We also still have the guy that Shin found there as well, who I guess is for training them. Yeah. Once we get them collected.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope. I think that should about cover it. But how long do you think this would take to set in motion?
I would think it would be done over the course of a month.
Okay.
Once you have given the go ahead.
All right. Well, I'll give the go ahead then. You want to get back into contact with your contacts, I suppose.
Ah, yes. Well, then I think it would be done over the next month then.
All right.
Very good.
All right. Thank you for your help.
I apologize. I need to be right back again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So, RP with yourselves.
Banana.
Do it.
Mango.
Apple.
Pear.
Pineapple.
Rum.
Apricot. What?
Rum.
Rum isn't a fruit. You
It's not a
lost.
fruit.
You lost, Nuva. You failed the game.
You can make rum out of fruit. Sorry, you can make fruit into rum.
Papaya.
Probably.
You cannot. Wait. Oh, I thought you meant the other way around. That would be crazy alchemy making rum into fruit.
The
That's
rum
my
fruits.
goal.
The rum fruit.
That's me.
Isn't that just like sugar cane? I
Alright,
guess
I'm
when
gonna
you
look up
get
the
down
cost of
to
the
it.
Temple as well.
Oh man, sugarcane. I would love to have some sugarcane juice right now.
Oh yeah, I've never had
Hmm.
sugar cane.
It's really big in
Seems-
Egypt.
seems
It's really,
fun.
really. It's you wake up at the first sip and then there's not really a taste like it. It's really good. Well, yeah, sugarcane. That's the fruit I name. I don't know what sugarcane would be in this case. I'm calling it a fruit.
Yeah, it's a sweet plant thing. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what decides a fruit from a vegetable. I probably do, but
You could
someone's
put
gonna
it in a fruit salad
There, well, yeah,
or
but for
a
whatever.
sweet pie.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you wouldn't make
That's
a tomato pie. That'd be gross.
or would it?
I'm gonna find a way.
All right,
You can make a savory tomato pie, I bet,
guys,
and I bet it would be great. I think it's just a pizza, actually.
guys. If tomato's a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie?
No, tomato is not a fruit.
Well, time
Isn't
to
it,
put a
though?
straw in a ketchup bottle and find out, huh?
It can be through science, but it isn't through culinary means. Certainly not.
Categorization is being overused right now by
I'm pretty sure
Tombstone.
tomato is a fruit.
Yeah,
It
but
is.
you wouldn't put it in a fruit salad, is what I'm saying, or a pie, a sweet pie.
Why not?
Unless you're a maniac, cause it'd be weird.
Have you tried
What
it?
sweet? What spices go with tomato that aren't like oregano or basil? Like a sweet. What kind of How would you
Hey, I
flavor
got
a
this.
sweet tomato pie?
So, gun to your head, you have to make a tomato pie.
Why are you so far away?
It has to be
Oh.
sweet.
He's talking to Amy. I'm pretty sure.
What spices would you include? I will relay your answer. Amy's gonna think on
Yeah.
it.
Okay. It has to be
Wheels are
sweet
turning.
though. Did you say it has to be sweet?
specify, yes, it does
Okay.
have to be sweet.
Because it can't just be a pizza in a different form, which
Is it-
sounds great. Sounds great,
Hey,
honestly, but
can it combine? Can it combine other fruits and or veggies?
I mean, yeah, but that's cheating. I feel like I think a tomato pie has to stand on its own like an apple pie.
Tomato pie
you know?
has to stand on its own like an apple pie.
Yeah.
Okay, Amy's gonna think on it. This is what it's
Cardamom,
great having
tomato,
a baker, behind.
cinnamon. I mean, I know my way around a pie. Don't get me wrong.
What does that mean?
Means I know how to bake one and I know how to eat one.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, does it have to be red tomato or could it be green tomatoes?
That is an interesting question.
Because Amy just had an ooh moment.
Ooh, I want to nurture that moment. So whatever her heart decides, I guess.
Oh yeah, Amy said that you could do an apple like an apple pie just with green
Like
tomatoes.
Oh my god. You might be able to get away with such a thing. Yeah, maybe.
Hey Rita.
But a red tomato? Fuck off.
Hey Rita.
Yeah.
How about you just shove it?
What?
You've been told.
Oh, I love-
got served.
What? How's that being served? I'm thrilled. Also, I love this little pig.
Wait,
This
wait.
pig is
It's a
great.
thing?
Pig's good.
Look at him.
Send it to me, please. Amy found it. It's a thing.
Green tomatoes?
I did. Did you say green or red? Green.
Yeah, interesting. Huh.
Spiced like an
'Cause
apple pie. Amy
Because another
called it.
problem with red would be they're too much water, too soft, too weird. I don't like that idea. Very wet pie. I don't like it.
I also don't like those that describe themselves as soft and weird.
Uh-uh.
Sweet green tomato pie. Huh. Let's
Huh.
see. Has 6 to 8 medium green tomatoes, lemon juice, lemon
Yeah.
zest, salt,
Mhm.
ground
Mhm.
cinnamon,
Yeah.
granulated sugar,
That's an apple pie.
cornstarch, and
Yeah,
table-
that's an apple pie.
Where'd you go, Cells?
He's dead.
He's
got
just
tummy
bored
trouble.
at the moment.
Huh. Well, I don't know if I would want to make this pie when I could just make an apple pie.
Sal's got in trouble with the Ronin vape mafia.
Because this is just apple pie, but with tomatoes instead. And if that's the case,
hey.
why not just tomato or apple?
Because
Right?
Listen, Rita,
Yeah.
you asked if there was a way to make
It's
a
fair.
sweet tomato pie.
I know. I just don't really. Why? I guess if you got tomatoes and not apples, but just get some
Why do
apples.
you hate so much?
What? No, I'm just curious. I'm just interested in the why of this strange thing.
At some point, someone was like celery and peanut butter. What? And
That is
somebody was
good.
like chocolate and peanut butter. What? And somebody was like, uh, jelly on beef burger. What?
I want to make a pie now.
Honey on chicken
I-
was always like one that I was
Ooh,
weirded
yeah.
out by for
Honey
years.
glazed chicken fucking rules.
It's good
Well,
stuff.
no, just straight up like just pouring honey on a piece
yeah,
of fried
it's
chicken.
good stuff.
I remember, like, literally before I went to the first PAX South,
We're
I'd
gonna talk
never
about
heard of
the
that combo.
Something goes together, or it doesn't seem like it should.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it was like meat and sweet, because that's not a thing where I was coming from.
Fruit DM'd me and said, "Are you guys doing kingdom building?" And I said, "We are talking about tomato pies." Linked to that, and they said, good."
Oh,
That was the conversation.
Tell him I'm just making a list of stuff we're
Yeah.
gonna need at the start of the kingdom building phase.
But yeah, no, Nuva, you said you didn't really understand the combination of sweet and savory.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing when I was like, that's not a thing in Arabic cuisine. So I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
From what I understand, that it's a lot of like a very different seasoning palette in Arabic cuisine.
In general, everywhere else, America has like exclusive tastes. I remember telling you about bread, about how different
Didn't
American
you
bread is.
talk about when he first had a cheeseburger and he almost died?
Yep.
Yeah.
There, it was like it's like an explosion of subtlety. Is not American.
no.
That's
Just
true.
like fat and salt is all you need, right?
And I remember,
fat and salt were good.
I got used to it obviously, but I remember like the fact was like apparently my intake was not like the amount of salt and shit that I intake was not like it wasn't adjusted for that burger, so I got real sick.
Oh.
And then and for the longest time, even now, whenever I have like bread that isn't like Arabic or Indian, and even then Indian food, the bread is kind of sweet now. It's like it always feels like I'm eating like sweet cake, like sweet bread. Like it's like a cake. It's so weird. I don't
This
know.
is all
like,
just making me very hungry for like cakes and pies and breads.
I'm sorry
there's-
for taking a couple of breaks.
No problem.
Unfortunately,
I've
you did
taken
not.
Talking about breads.
Did Ronin vape get to you again?
It was not Ronin Vape.
Oh, okay.
What is Ronin vape in this case?
Ronin Vape was, I mean, they weren't the people that were looking for me anyway. I live in the apartment of a former franchisee of Ronin Vape who had taken out a loan from apparently a disreputable source, and they were looking for him after he defaulted.
Okay.
Wait, that's kind of scary.
It was extremely scary.
I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. I don't know why I'm giggling.
That was like a year ago, so
Oh, I did not know about this.
I'm sorry. I need to. Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone
I've got a
forever.
very upsetting piece of culinary that I have to run by him here.
We were talking about tomato pie. What's your thoughts on that, Sals?
Yeah.
I don't
If-
like tomatoes.
Oh, then never mind. Because I
Oh,
was gonna say in your gut, if you had to make a sweet pie, what spice
Sals.
would you mix
So
with tomato?
tomato
But
is a
that's
fruit, right?
fair. No one.
Tomato is a fruit.
And Die
yes,
Hard's a Christmas
technically.
movie. Like, who cares?
Tomato's a fruit.
Who cares? I'm not putting a pie. Even if it tells me I can.
I
It's
don't
not
see.
a fruit salad.
I Rita has a point. I don't think you would want to necessarily put every fruit inside of a pie.
Yeah, but tomato's still a fruit.
Tomato is technically a fruit,
Yeah,
yes.
technically, scientifically, sure. Culinary wise, nah.
So is a cucumber. I wouldn't want to make a pie out of that either.
Well, why not?
Don't be so quick. That sounds actually something could be done there. I think. Like a mint and citrus cucumber pie or something. It's crunchy. Could be good. I just found a mock apple pie. The apple pie without apples. And
Nice.
I want to ask you guys what you think
What
the
is the
filling
point
is.
of that?
Yeah, you think the filling is of this pie?
What is it?
You gotta take a guess. What would the mock apple be in a apple pie?
Tomato?
No.
Soy apple.
Oh. It is. It's 36 red crackers.
What?
Who would have guessed? Oh, Jake.
What?
Jake.
What?
Okay, I found a mock apple pie. It's the apple pie without apple. What do you think the filling is?
A mock apple pie. It's apple pie with apple. Is it a fruit filling?
No.
Ugh, Okay, so is
It's
it
not what you
trying to-
expect.
Is it aiming to be an apple pie flavored? Hello?
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 Hello.
I think we lost Rita.
Rita?
Oh no.
Rita,
got
I
her.
don't think-
She's
You're not coming
gone.
through. Having learned about the mock apple pie, though, Jake, I can tell you that the filling would not, in fact, be apple flavored.
Okay, so it would not. Okay, I was thinking it would be some sort of corn syrup blend.
No.
Mock apple pie that doesn't actually have apples in it. I don't really know what that means, but that's what they have told me. Is it like okay? Is it a clear gel?
No. Want me to tell you?
Hmm. Yeah,
Ritz
Rita, tell 'em.
crackers.
Ritz crackers. Excuse me.
Hello?
No, for the
Ah,
filling.
there you are.
That was weird.
Yes.
Ritz crackers for the filling. Is that right?
It's 36 Ritz crackers.
36 Ritz.
Everything else is the same. It's an apple pie, but you do put 36 Ritz crackers in.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not. What?
You
I
you
don't-
break them up first. You crumble them a little.
I get the process, but I don't get the end result. I don't understand it, and I don't
You-
respect it.
You put the You put the broken crackers in the pie shell and toss gently with cinnamon.
Hey, Rita, I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not done with this.
Let's continue with the game, I guess.
I hate this.
I know.
Okay.
Amy told me I was rude, but I stand by it.
It's not my idea.
So,
Goes to the fucking Pathfinder Vice book.
Sada, if you were honestly, Sada, if you were done with
I think so. I think we
Mm.
got everything all squared away. I guess I go tell Shin that we got finally figured out how to get the fire lizards all gathered up and stuff.
Okay,
But I guess it'd be a good time to cut to POW there.
it is.
Yeah.
Paulina, you find your way outside the city walls and over to the sort of shack hut that the priestess of Crypta,
Is her name Asai?
that is her name, in
Yes.
fact,
Yeah, okay.
is currently sitting outside of on a
Howdy.
small folding chair. She
Oh.
rises as you approach. And goes, "Greetings, Paulina, Kalia."
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Ominous sounding.
Yeah.
You would have gotten picked up, we'll say about mid-morning. Thus, Sada at least had time to. Sada had to go back and forth. So no, actually, Sada would have picked you up afternoon, and you would have gotten back about 4ish, I think. So, you are. It's about like 4 in the afternoon.
That's not too bad. Okay.
It doesn't
Right.
look like she's doing anything currently.
Yeah. Didn't want to interrupt dinner or wake her up at a weird hour. Or, how are you doing?
My life continues.
Cool. Is it a nice day in the life? The weather's pretty good.
I appreciate the attempts at small talk, but please understand that from the perspective of myself and my faith, days and lives are not something I especially esteem.
Okay.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah. No, I have a lot of. Actually, I just have more questions, but I'll. Well, yeah, I came here. I was gonna ask Suru, but she sort of went off to be stoic or something. So I figured I'd maybe come to you first. What do you know about vampires?
Vampires are a particularly virulent form of undead capable of spreading their status like an infection while
Yeah.
also dominating those who fall prey to their endless thirst for what does not belong to them.
Yeah. So we kind of had a run-in with one on Hongo.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were they destroyed?
That's sort of the troubling thing. They were not. They flew away as mist.
They do that.
They do. But we had more urgent things to take care of before we could follow up on that.
Mm.
And we didn't know where his coffin or whatever was, so we left it for the time being, which doesn't feel great.
That is
And
the difficulty with vampires.
yeah. Are they easy to find? Do you have a way to track them as a priest of Crypta? Or would Suru as a gray lady?
Suru's ability to detect undead would allow her to pick one out in a crowd, but
Not
no,
like-
she cannot simply divine their location out of the air.
Can you? Is there like a divine intervention you can get to point us in the way of a vampire
Divine
at
vampire?
large?
Sure, I'll just ring up Crypta.
I don't know how it works.
One moment.
I've had a weird one-on-one talk with my god the one time, and I don't know how it works for other people.
You have.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was under interesting circumstances, I guess. Right. Also, he was out in the sun. Is that normal?
No,
Okay.
that is very abnormal. The sun, the first vampire was created long ago when the ancient goddess of the sun rather, Helia, cursed a particularly blasphemous man with not being able to look upon her face ever again. Thus, when he or any of his ill-begotten progeny are out in sunlight, they are immolated in seconds.
Oh,
But over time, there have been those that have been able to circumvent that particular
All right, I'm back. What I miss?
some
weakness.
vampire talk.
Vampire dog?
Talk. Vampire talk.
Okay, I was like vampire
Vampire dog's
dog.
cool. Yeah.
That's a hell of a thing to miss. But I bet it's cute.
Anyways,
I may be able to look upon his location.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's a pretty powerful dude.
Do you have any? This is going to sound strange, but do you have
Yeah.
any bits of him?
Well, he
Personal effects?
turned into mist,
Ah,
so I don't think we took anything off of him
Didn't his body
that
like
he would have had.
didn't his body like I don't know vape?
Yeah, he vaped away.
Like yeah, there was like no
Vaped
body
himself.
left. Well, he didn't vape himself, but I don't remember if his body was still there or not. Like I feel like it would when we were done and he's looking at it, he's like, ah shit, and it was like completely gone.
No, he was looking at the crown, being like, "Oh shit," because he turned to vape, but the crown did not turn to vape.
Oh, so his body okay. So
yeah,
I
his physicality was vape.
sorry, yeah. I guess I guess what I thought would happen with him was essentially I don't remember who killed him. Suru like hit him really hard, and as soon as his body like hit the floor, his ghost like split up. I don't know what was happening, so I was like, oh shit, that fucker died really hard. But yeah, I don't know.
only one way to put it.
I mean,
Uh,
he had it coming. He made me
He
have
did.
to. He made me climb a wall and then back down.
I can scry upon his position, potentially.
All right.
That would be good.
But if he is as powerful as you say, he may resist the spell.
Yeah, he had an interest in like gaining powers for himself, so that the sun thing could have been one of those. He had his sights set on harnessing like elemental power as well. So I don't know what level he's already starting at. So he might be pretty tough. I don't know. This isn't helpful. I'm sorry.
Let me try. She brings out a basin and pours water into it, and begins focusing over it, concentrating, whispering prayers to Crypto and waving her hands over it. This casting time is an hour.
Ooh,
Are
okay.
you going to chill out with her as she does this, or
Sure, but she's gonna watch me
Sure.
sip my coat.
Akio?
Here.
I didn't think that you went with
You're with
Paulina.
me.
Oh, I thought.
You went to the
Paulina was-
other religious folk.
Yeah.
Sorry, then. I guess I'm still sipping my coat, anyways.
Oh. So Paulina, you just sort of chill out next to her as she does this. I'm going to roll this publicly. Her
Oh.
save DC is a 20. Nemboku, I'll just tell you,
Oh,
Nemboku
jeez.
has a plus 12 to will,
Ooh.
and because she's only getting secondhand knowledge
Hmm.
of the subject, he gets a plus 5.
Damn. All right.
So he
You have
has
a 1 in like
a 90% chance of passing this.
Yeah. Shoot.
Oops.
Hey,
20.
90%'s pretty good, right?
Well, that's definitely not what I expected.
Oh.
did it work?
Did it not come through on your end?
I see.
Hang on.
Who
He
rolled
rolled a
a 1?
1.
Was
I
it
rolled
a,
he rolled a 1.
Oh, he did.
Naboku. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Asai doesn't have to roll anything. It's a will save again for him.
Okay. Nice.
Incredible.
So yeah, Namboku.
Oh, wait, though. How long has it been, and how long is he out of?
Been a couple days.
Is he like is he mist? Can you scry on mist? I don't know how long it takes for a vampire to.
You're gonna find out.
Oh, I
I
guess.
mean, if the
Yeah.
mist is the person, then I would think.
It's weird.
I can see something. He did not resist my attention. Probably because he has not recuperated.
Ooh.
I can see a casket. Stone. Ancient. Not Hadanese. It's a relic. I don't recognize the writing on it. But it is closed. I cannot get my sensor inside of it to check on his condition, but it would imply that he is in it.
Okay.
And looking around, understand that while I can look upon him, things around him, I can just get a general sense of the environs, but fine details are difficult. It's hazy. He is in a room with curved walls. A single lamp hangs above the casket. There are crates around him. I cannot tell what are inside them.
Are the walls stone or wood?
They are wood.
Is he in a boat?
Be the boat ship.
Oh my
Can
The-
god.
vampires?
The boat ship isn't made of
The
wood,
lamp
though.
is swaying right to left.
It is a boat.
He's on a ship. Okay.
Vampire? Oh, I guess that answers that myth.
That vampires can't cross bodies of water or something.
Yeah, running water specifically.
Ah. Is the ocean running?
Yes, the ocean does count as running water.
Okay. I don't know. He might just be
And
avoiding
Alina,
currents.
you would actually know this because you had rolled the sort of basic vampire lore the previous session. Vampires can't cross running water.
Oh,
Not even in the safety of their coffin? They can't be shipped?
Well, judging by what Asai is seeing, you think you have found out the exception to that.
Okay.
That is
That's
all I can tell.
ominous. Okay.
Hey,
It's
Sal,
helpful.
is it this boat right here?
Yes, it's that fishing boat right there.
Hup,
The Hayatetsu fishing fleet.
hup, hup.
Your entire army drowns.
I knew it.
Well, we don't know where the ship is going, but I guess word could be sent out to, I don't know, search ships in our ports for a coffin. That's helpful, thank you.
She nods. You're welcome. I hope that I can be of more service to you as time goes on. Is there anything else I can help you with? Do you think this Namboku, this vampire, will seek revenge?
That's what I'm nervous about. We took something that he had his eye on, and I don't know what exactly would stop him from coming for it. And then revenge also, who knows? Yeah, maybe that too. I don't think he'd give up so easily.
Well,
He's a bitch.
He's a
currently
bitch.
he's locked in a casket, and so long as he remains in on the water, I suspect he will have to be that such a way. Then he will have to remain in such a way. However, you have observed that he can walk in sunlight.
Yeah, that's not great.
Is apparently a more resourceful vampire than most.
I just realized. I just. Oh my god.
But
I don't know. Sorry, my brain went to my brain went somewhere stupid, and I'm like, he's just Dio in a coffin, and if you get near the coffin, he's probably like making vampire noises, and it's just really angry. And I'm just losing it. But he's too chill to be angry in his coffin. I feel like he's like, this is whatever. I'll get over this. This is just a hurdle.
he
He
was
was
pretty chill.
He was weirdly chill for a dude that was like.
What if we did trap his coffin on the bottom of the ocean so he could show back up for part 3?
God. What is Suru's last name again?
Does Suru have a last name?
I don't know.
Suru Kojo.
Suru, as
Tujo.
far as I know, does not have a last name.
Okay. Coolio. That's it. That's my observation. That's just my observation. Just this happening.
Okay. Now then.
Okay. What's Kasumi doing?
What is Kasumi doing?
What is Kasumi doing?
Well,
We travel north to the Monastery of the Elements.
Is it like a star wipe, or is it like the camera like slowly zooms out and then zooms back in
The
on
camera,
where the
no, the
monster is?
camera. The camera
Pans up to the sun and then pans down to the
the
monastery.
camera zooms across the landscape.
Hits a tree. Okay. Yeah. As far as what I'm doing, I mean, sorry, I'm kind of tired. Well, where we landed, I would have, eh, first, like, I don't know, introduced them to the place, shown them around, um, and showed them where they would be staying. Just, I would. How are we handling living space there?
Well, there are a few different barracks basically currently. You have a space to yourself. Well, you and Tatsu. But otherwise, your students, of which basically everyone is one of, have gotten a sort of like barracks building that they stay in.
Okay.
It's not especially comfortable. You have received some polite complaints at this point. But people generally get the gist that they're not here for, a camping trip.
Well, then,
Um,
and we'll improve things as time goes on.
right. A couple of the buildings have little apartments set for them for people that work there. So your archive, Valine, and uh, your mentor, whose name has flitted from my mind,
Dato.
Rendado, uh, each have their own apartment connected to that, and there's a modest like couple of rooms, each of them. Um, and you also have it currently set up where there are four buildings currently that you have being devoted specifically for each element. So there is a water shrine, a earth, a fire, and a air one, and each of those has a apartment attached to it as well for the eventual person who might be leading lessons in those spaces.
Hell yeah. Um. Yes, I would show them around. I would show. God, what was her name again?
Nuriel?
Yes, I'd show her to where the air shrine is, and tell her, hey, if you want to stay, this is, you could stay here and teach.
She looks inside the monastery has been around for a couple months now, and this place specifically has not been used really. So there's a bit of a dust, and as in this very sort of like open air structure, very large windows. There's a roof, but it's mostly open here. The walls can be sort of like are on like they're like louvers. You can close them, but most of the time it's basically just open. The wind just passes through it, and it's quite windy up on top of this mountain.
I
She, as she walks through, she just sort of waves her hand, and a whole bunch of dust just flies out the open wall. Uh, and she looks back to you, and she's a very sort of like muted person, but she does actually smile at you slightly and go, "I think this will do very nicely. Thank you very much."
Yeah, well, you and the rest, you guys are welcome here for as long as you want. I hope you stay, for good. This is a nice isolated place, but
I have not personally done very much in the way of teaching,
neither
but
have I.
I'm eager to learn how.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I am going. Sorry, again, I'm a little tired right now. So trying to think brain. Uh, so yeah, I guess then after introductions would go underway, I would check in with Tatsu, Rendato, and Valine, and Mina would be there as well since she helps teach.
Mhm.
And we would just kind of get a review of the goings on.
Mhm. Well, Rentado and Valine are happy to see you, and one thing, but are also report to you that they've been primarily just organizing this archive. On occasion, uh, they've been trying to set up with Shirado a sort of a occasional like runner that would go up to the monastery, so to like collect parcels or mail or letters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
PO box.
yeah, basically, so that you don't lose contact with the rest of the island. Valine brings up, there's no actual road leading here, which makes travel a little bit more difficult if you don't have the sky skiff, which is most people, needless to say. And she takes off her glasses and sort of contemplatively cleans them. Uh, Perhaps remoteness is part of the sort of austere charm of the whole place, but it may also behoove us to, have a bit of a path.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what? I will bring that up when I go and talk with the rest of the of the folks. I
Okay.
don't think that would be too unreasonable.
She,
It's roads not far from here, just not directly here.
yes, I had noticed. I had gone into the town of Sherrado once or twice. They have a very nice hot spring there.
I've heard.
Um, oh, really? I haven't tried it yet. I would really recommend it.
It was
Um,
I think I've been there once, but I also like I'm a big fan of EO.
EO. I don't think I've been to EO yet. Oh, there's so much on this island to explore.
Um, well, yeah. It's other than the roads, anything notable been happening?
No, your students, they continue to learn as much as one can learn when their teacher is not actually here.
I know.
Um, the general awakening of their kinetic abilities has been kept under control. We have primarily not had any out of control fires from the pyrokineticists, which is very good, as with the one exception, which fortunately Tasso was on hand to get under control before too many eyebrows got singed off.
Um, has Ara been back here?
Aura has been here the whole time, essentially.
Well, last I checked, he was still training with the 10 cat folks.
Oh, right. That's my brain. It does not work sometimes.
That's okay.
So where is Aura currently?
We may never know.
Um, well, actually, no. He would have been at the monastery because the people that he'd be training with all went with you guys to Hongo.
That's true.
So yes, Ara is with you currently, or
Okay.
in the monastery currently.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then I mean, how's he been doing? I know he was struggling for a bit. Has he exerted any more additional control?
It is not control that is the issue. It's he seems to be having a bit of a crisis of confidence. His capacity for actually moving stone with his mind is well, it seems somewhat limited. Maybe it's not really for him.
Who knows? I mean, I think, given the proper motivation, he shot a small rock at me pretty quick. I mean, quick enough that it would have smarted a good bit, but we'll see. I'm not ready to write it off yet.
Brandado raises his hands. I don't know. But I do know that he is growing frustrated.
I
He
would
doesn't
imagine. Yeah.
lash out, but he is sulky, I think would be the best word.
It's that's a I feel like that's a common thread with him. But I'll work with him and see what we can do.
I think it's just that perhaps he just needs to be patient. No, Valin, you don't understand. These other peoples, they do not know patience like we do. No offense,
I mean,
but
I,
we have
no,
hundreds of years.
to be fair, you've been kind of a quick draw type in the past there, Rendato.
There are moments when action is necessary.
Oh yeah, just saying. Pot. Like,
Rendato looks at you sort of askance. Well, anyway, I have books to alphabetize. If you would excuse me. And he sort of feels himself around and back into the archive.
okay. Yeah. I guess with that, I would spend the remainder of the day, taking a walk around and talking with folks, seeing what their thoughts are, what I can do to help make things better for them, and then in the evening I would probably prepare for a lesson or two the next day.
Mhm.
Yeah, teach when I can, as often as I can.
Okay. You find that, well, obviously Tatsu is quite happy to see you. And
Oh, I do get very excited. Like you will not believe what happened. And
okay, I guess you're just gonna not tell me then because it's pointless because I won't believe you.
No, you won't. So I do drag him outside of the house, and I take him to where the kids are, and to where I guess Canarlia would be with them still as they're acclimating.
They're all sort of like wide-eyed and astonished. One thing you have to remember, the monastery is like in a place of utterly beautiful, picturesque, or actually not even picturesque, awesome geom- uh, natural environment. Set in towering cliffs with waterfalls and a fair-sized lake and actually in places around like the little fireplace, the fire shrine has a big fire thing going on for it. All this fire, where did it come from?
Very nice. Oh.
They are like completely flabbergasted that this is where they are now after living in 3 buildings surrounded by mist for like a couple months after being terrified by a vampire. Literally a vampire and his goons.
Goons.
And that was after like initially being rescued and being chased by them for however long, and watching their protectors like drop like flies. So they're like a little shell shocked by their whole turn of luck. And Tatsu follows you to where they're just sort of like looking around, whispering to each other, and just pointing at things. And he leans over to you, and you didn't adopt more kids, did you?
No. I did not adopt them, but I did help rescue them, and they're gonna stay here with us, and they're like us. There's even a little fire one, and she's an asshole.
Just like you.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
What?
They were being chased by a vampire who wanted to drain their essence and become more powerful, and I wasn't gonna let that happen. So now they're gonna stay with us, and they're gonna learn.
How would
I
training
don't know.
their
I'm not a vampire.
okay? That's good to know. So they're just here as students now.
Yeah, they're gonna stay here, and then we also have somebody to teach aerokineticism.
Oh, were they also going to be eaten by the vampire?
I mean, I would think probably, but at the very least killed. You'll meet her later. She's at the air temple now. She's great.
Okay. You destroyed the vampire?
Not quite yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
we're
the
working on that.
vampire going to come here and murder everyone?
I'm sure it'll probably come up at some point, but for now, I don't think they know where we are. The others, I assume, we're going to try to track down where his coffin is. We defeated him, but he got away as a little smoke thing. So
Hey.
that's kind of where we're at now. It'll get figured out.
Cool. Cool.
It's gonna be
I'm going to. Okay.
Switch to a diet of pure garlic.
I'm
bad idea. Poison head.
I am. Well, I do believe you. So you were wrong. I'm a little horrified at what this means, but I'm sure that you will make sure that everyone here is safe.
Of course. Come on, it's me.
Yep. Okay. Great. I'm okay with this.
You do not sound like it.
Do I? Huh. Well, anyway, I'm going to say hello to these 4 wayward children that you have recruited.
I mean, come on, can you blame me?
No, that's the right decision given the situation that you just articulated. I'm just I'm not used, I guess, still to the fact that when you go out, major things happen.
I mean, I'm a major person.
You are definitely that. He smiles at you, and then
Now
goes
look
off
at that.
and introduces himself to the four elemental teenagers.
I kind of shout after him. You know that means you're famous too.
He gives you sort of look back before reaching them.
Okay.
Okay. And so you teach for the next couple of days. The next few days, basically the next week or so until the beginning of the month, it's pretty much downtime. If you guys would like to do anything in particular during this time, I think Jake has pretty much already articulated what he wants to do.
Yes.
I want security at ports tightened,
Okay.
and to specifically look for a ornate person-sized box not of Hadanese make, and just you know,
Calling all cars. Be on the
yeah,
lookout for
For evil
a
stone
vampire
coffin.
box.
for things being moved off of ships into ports that look like that.
All right, gang. Out of heaven. All right, we're on the look. Oh no, I guess you guys wouldn't have told me about the coffin yet. Oh well.
Well,
I was gonna be like,
Hey, everybody, there's a coffin there.
there's a vampire in it named Dio. He's in Egypt. What's in Egypt? I don't know.
What's this voice that you're doing?
I don't know.
why can't I find the world building document? It's like
Which
it
one?
disappeared from your Google Docs.
Very nice.
The main one. Oh, here it
Ah.
is.
I don't like that.
Kingdom building? Oh, okay. Thought you meant something different when you said world building. Because I have kingdom
No,
building.
Why'd
Yeah,
you
the
say
kingdom building
different like that?
Huh?
Huh?
You said diffwit.
Different.
I was like, what the fuck? All right.
Okay. So,
Alright, we got a week left.
the person to do that would be the warden of the
All right.
of Sarugu, which happens to be Izumo.
Alright.
And
Yeah.
upon speaking to your friendly, large tiefling man, he does go about that, in ordering that the ports be secured and that all ships coming in be searched for illicit cargo in the shape of a stone casket the size of a man. Over the course of the 8 days or so until the end of the month, however, unfortunately, you don't necessarily pick anything up. Ismo is pretty good at his job, and he is doing his best to ensure that everything is searched through. And I think at this point, do you reach out to anybody else besides Ismo, or are you just relying on his custom service, basically?
I'm not sure who else I would like. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think by
I don't
now
know.
we would all know that the situation with that.
Mhm.
And it's not a guarantee he'd be coming here. But I don't know.
At a certain point, I
Oh.
see. I'm sorry. You, Ismo informs you that he found something about 3 days past you initially giving him that information.
Oh.
Do you gather? He just tells you because you're the one who gave him the order. But do you want to gather anybody else, or
How do you mean? Like, if if we're talking vampire, then probably people should be there to know what's up.
right? I agree. All
Okay.
right. So, collecting the party, Ismo leads you down to the docks, where he reveals that he is the vampire and
Oh
Oh.
my god!
Okay. Yeah.
It was a
immediately
flesh.
burns up in the
It
sun.
was a flesh coffin.
Ew.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah.
And he comes out of
He
Ismo.
a ship has been detained because on board was found, after it arrived, a stone casket. Ismo has had it secured by a fair number of guards who are looking around. The crew has been taken aside and is being held. And they have not moved or approached the casket beyond just, confirming that it's there and making sure it's not opened.
If only Suru was here to eyeball it for us.
Suru is currently not available.
Damn it.
I'm not sure where she went.
Lifting the biggest weight of all. Getting super swollen.
I like to imagine she's taking the comfiest nap in the world, the most satisfying nap in the world, knowing she punched a vampire to ghost.
I think I might have been the one to punch him to death, but yeah.
It was,
I
in fact, Palina that punched the vampire into
Whoops.
ghost.
Well, Suru was like, "Thank you for doing that. I'm gonna go take a nap. I've deserved it."
Actually felt kind of bad taking that from her, but yeah.
Well, you know what? Don't, because I'm not talking for her, so I don't know.
If you hadn't, Namboku was very, very likely to either down or possibly kill her on his next turn. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and suffice to say, I have no follow up to that. You saved the character. I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, never mind.
okay,
It was like right there in my head. It's gone. Okay. Well, moving
I
on.
will never mind. So, yes, the Kasumi, would you have returned to Hayaba at this point for
Yeah,
any
it would have been a
reason?
couple.
Otherwise,
I mean, most likely, yeah.
okay.
I feel like I would have.
Right. So the lot of you find your way into the ship. It is filled with a few sundry items in its hold, but in the back of the hold is a stone chest. Dull gray. There appears to be writing along the rim of the lead of the slab like lid. And yeah. What do you do? It is illumined by a single lamp.
Do you think it being on a
What's the
ship in port still counts as being on running water?
what do you know about it, pal? Does this look like it?
I mean, it's like a fancy stone coffin. It's not Hadanese.
Can we read the words? Can
I probably can't read them. Doesn't somebody have magic reading something or other at this
I
point?
thought that was you.
Nah, I can just talk real good.
I look at the words, Sal's? Can I understand? Can I figure them out?
Roll linguistics.
All right, I'm pretty good at that.
Not as good as POW though.
All right. I mean, if my character sheet loads, that is.
Never.
Damn.
Uh,
Skills, background, linguistics. There we go.
Okay, well, you take your time with this. You peer over it, and it's odd. It's no language that you recognize.
Hmm.
Something that you do notice is that none of the symbols seem to repeat.
Hmm.
This could either be some sort of cipher or some sort of arcane incantation in a language that you don't know. It almost seems random.
Have the ship's crew been questioned?
Um, we were waiting for you, my lady.
Okay.
But on our preliminary questioning, they claimed not to know anything of this casket and are confused as to how it got in here.
Hmm. Should we just try opening it?
What happens when it's open?
I don't know. We find out if it's Amboku or not, but I don't know if anything else will happen.
If he's alive in there, if we open it, does he just kill us? What does he do? Can he leave it if we're still on a boat?
You can roll knowledge religion.
Seems
In
to...
some time, you've spoken to a priest of Crypta, and you may have done some additional research. So
Well, we'll see about that.
you have not.
what
Hey,
the hell? Who just whacked their
I don't know.
desk?
Who?
Don't worry about it.
That
Wouldn't you
scared me. Yeah, it would.
Should have brought the priestess with us when we heard about the boat.
You don't know. You are over water currently, strictly speaking.
Yeah,
Just because you're docked doesn't mean the water disappears.
it's true. Does anybody have like a stake on them? Stake this guy if we open it, or just sort of stab him through with a stick.
You are. I'll just note to you to set the
Yeah.
scene. You are completely surrounded by wood in various shapes. Fashioning a stake would not be difficult.
Where am I gonna find wood for a stake? Okay, guys, is this silly? Do we fashion a stake? We can make a
Wow.
stake. If he's in there, we can just end it before he's even awake, maybe. I don't know how it works.
Does it have to be a wooden stake?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the rules are, really. Feel like, do you have any better ideas? I wouldn't want to take this thing off the boat. We could just leave it for now, but that,
Hey,
it's
Akio.
just anything could happen in that time.
Akio, mute it.
Oh shit! What do you want, Akio? That's me. That's Akio. What do
He's
you want?
Pokemon now.
I was gonna say go get Edric because he might be able to identify what these things are, since he
All
has
right,
arcane. He has arcane study, been training.
All right,
so.
fine. I pull out the horn of Outer Haven.
Okay.
Is that real? Can
No.
it be? Can
No.
it be? Oh.
If Sales allows it, but probably not. I don't have a horn that calls my members of my organization.
You do not, in fact, have a horn. You don't have a horn at all in general. You
Yeah,
can get a horn if you want there to be a horn of Outer Haven, sure, but you can't just
Horn of
invent it
Outer
out of
Haven.
nothing.
I know. That's fair. That was. I go over to where I usually meet up with the gang, and I'm like, "Hey, is Edric here?"
Edric looks up at you from where he's sitting. Yes.
All right, we're gonna need your talent with being able to understand magic and stuff.
Why did you say talent like that?
I'm like really drunk right now, Hedrick. Like, I'm sorry. Let's go. I've been nonstop drinking Coke, bro.
Edric cocks his head to the right and looks at you like a confused dog.
I'll explain to you when I'm sober. Let's go.
Okay. He follows you.
I brought him.
Man, you've been hitting that coat real hard, haven't you?
Yep.
Oh no.
Thing is, you have to refill it every time. So like, you're just constantly pouring booze over yourself. All right. Edric walks in, nods to you all. Hey, everybody. How are you all?
Hey.
What's the problem? Because I didn't get a lot of Akio.
Yeah. I was wondering, do you know anything about the symbols on this coffin?
He turns and looks at the casket and narrows his eyes. Walks up to it. Does a bit of a movement with his hand, and there's a bit of a flash over his eyes as he casts detect magic and begins looking around on it. And I am going to roll a check for Edric Vienna.
All right.
Skills like Knowledge Arcana. Whoop.
Hey.
Wow.
Nice.
Wowee!
That beats that one earlier. Holy.
Okay. Edric goes and looks around him. And he reads. I don't know, or rather, this incantation is for a spell that, as far as I can tell, does not exist.
What?
That's
Um,
strange.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being unnecessarily opaque. This is gibberish.
Oh.
Oh, is it like just aesthetically like looks magic, but isn't
Yep.
actively
It's
magic?
it's been disguised that way. It has an aura, but the aura's fake. I'm looking at the spell that's creating the aura right now.
Oh.
And actually, I'm just gonna, and he
Open
looks like he
it.
grabs something in midair and just like pulls it on it, and he
What?
smiles to himself, but none of you see anything because none of you can detect magic.
No.
And no more. So basically, it just stopped detecting as magic,
Oh.
as I expected. There was a false aura on it.
We have to open it.
Is
Open
it
it.
a fake coffin, maybe?
Open it.
Yeah. Let's open it.
Right. It is stone. It is quite heavy. I will need a strength check from someone.
Not my
Uh,
strong suit.
Akio. He's the strongest one
Yeah.
here.
You're a strong boy. Come on.
All right.
We'll
What do I
help
need
him.
to
We'll
do?
help him out.
All right. What do I need to do?
Roll a
Good
strength.
strength.
Oh shit! Wait. Where did? Where? Okay. 1 second.
I'll just cheer
If
you on.
we had Suru, she could help. But
Man, sure would be a big ol' help.
Y'all are just real encouragements right after you asked me for my help.
Oh, you are also a big help. Just in
Yeah,
general, vampires
it-
are sort of her thing at the moment.
No, I understand, but it's just you. Fuck you. Anyhow.
No, you're doing great. Stop hitting that coat so hard. You're a mean drunk when you drink from the coat.
I'll hit you with the back of my hand. Okay, 1 second.
My goodness.
Rude.
Just open the coffin.
1 second. I had roll 20 crash on me apparently, and I didn't notice. And here we go. I failed, didn't I?
Did
Even
I-
with the +2 that Sada is giving you for helping, and you know what? I'm gonna just
Oh,
let's
that's
see
why he
if
crashed.
Edric is gonna help you also. There's a character sheet open.
It's
Uh,
because I'm
opens-
drunk. Where's
Oh,
Bat
Edric
Boy?
has an 8 in
yeah.
strength.
Where is Pathfinder? Maybe he probably can't fit on the ship.
Yeah, sir, not in this very, very cramped
Wow.
quarters hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akio, you like push on it, and one of your boots slip, and you just sort of fall and sort of like bounce off the stone exterior.
Well,
Luckily,
I
you're wearing a
guess.
helmet, so you're not, and you're too drunk to like stiffen up and get injured.
Well, while I'm here, good night.
Akio falls asleep on the floor of the ship. Edric watches him do this, and then looks at the other
We
at
should
you two.
probably take that coat from him.
Yeah, he's been like this for a couple days now. I'm actually beginning to get concerned. In the meantime, though,
Here,
Can't wait to roleplay an intervention with you guys.
second,
Uh,
I slipped the coat off him.
do you want me to like get Pascal?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we might need Pascal.
Anybody with big strong muscles.
Anybody who has big, strong muscles.
God damn it.
I go. Yeah, I'll be right back. And Edric leaves. You're waiting for about 20 minutes before eventually Edric returns with Pascal in turn, who in tow. Who, as soon as he enters into the hole, goes, "Hey, heard you need someone with big, strong muscles."
That's
Yeah.
right. Open this box, please.
It's probably an
Um,
empty coffin, but we gotta make sure.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Pascal pauses right before doing it. Wait, this looks like a casket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the odds are pretty good that there's nothing in there at this point,
Yeah, we
though,
think
so don't worry about
it's a
it.
distraction from Namboku.
Yeah, which
Unless
isn't a
there's-
good thing, but let's get it open and over with.
Unless there's a bomb. But that would be a shitty way to end things.
Well, hopefully Edric would have detected
think-
bomb magic.
Isn't Akio
Oliver, that
asleep?
was. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, but let me just say something really quick. Oliver, I know you got that reference. Fuck you. All right, continue.
Vampire the Masquerade reference.
Oh yeah, Cells, you'd get it too. Yeah. Yeah.
Bloodlines was a good game.
Was I able
It
to
is.
successfully slip off
Shitty
Akio's
ending,
coat
though.
without him waking up with my sleight of hand check, by the way? His booze coat?
What did you roll?
A 42.
Okay, Akio roll perception with a -20 because you're asleep.
Okay. Second. I hope I awkwardly roll a crit.
Oh, you're being jostled actually. -10. You do not notice Sada remove the coat from you
All right.
because you are completely unconscious.
Oh
All
well.
right. I'll give this to somebody who can get rid of it somewhere.
No, don't do that.
That'd be rude.
They earned that.
You keep
Okay,
using it
so-
to be constantly drunk, though.
Yeah, for
Here
now.
is Pascal's strength check. He gets an additional +10 actually because
Against
plus
coffins?
5, because he had to lifting things.
Ah.
So yes, Pascal walks over to it, stretches his arms out a bit, and cracks his neck, and
Yeah.
just goes whoop, and he lifts it up like it's nothing at all.
Ah.
And he's just holding it above his head. The entire lid of the coffin, the lid itself probably weighs a few hundred pounds, is now just floating up in the air above him, and in the coffin
Is.
beneath, Pascal instinctually looks away and going, ugh, because there is a moldering corpse in the coffin.
Oh,
There a desiccated skeleton.
okay.
With beneath it a thin layer of what appears to be ash.
What the fuck?
I look.
What the fuck does that mean?
Do I notice anything?
You notice exactly that.
Oh, okay.
A skeleton with ash. If it was wearing clothes, it burned. They burned also. You do not detect any jewelry or weaponry or any sort of metal objects that would have survived a fire. It's just a skeleton and ash. The skeleton itself doesn't necessarily look like it's been burned. It actually looks like it's been sort of cleaned, and the ashes just sort of fallen off entirely without actually damaging the skeleton at all.
Hmm.
I feel like we should. I'll go get a sigh. I guess I can
A
go.
what?
We the crypto priestess. We need someone who knows anything about anything if we're gonna determine what this
Anything about
is,
anything.
what this means. Is this him? Is this some kind of prank? I don't know what vampires do when they're in their coffin. So yeah, I'm gonna go jog.
Okay.
Are you
And
gonna be
then-
like really fast jog?
Yeah, I'm gonna run there and then I'll
All right,
come back with her.
it does not take very long for you to reach Asai, who looks up from apparently eating lunch as you reach her.
Hey, sorry to interrupt.
You have found something.
We found the box fitting that description in the hold of a ship with a clean skeleton and a pile of ash. No, none of us know what that means.
Then allow me to look.
Okay.
She stands and begins making her. She's not a super fast walker,
That's fair.
so it's about maybe an hour by when you get back. You find that people have the rest of the party. What is going on while you're waiting?
I
Huh.
guess I wake up.
Do you?
Do I have to roll something to wake up?
No, you don't. If you wake up, if you want to wake up, you can wake up.
Ah.
I make sure Akio's code is ringed out.
Do you
Hey,
want me
everybody. Huh?
Pascal asks, do you want me to just keep on holding this?
No, you can
Holding
put it.
what?
You can put the
I think
cover
Oh.
down.
break. I mean, there's not a lot of good places to put it. It's pretty crowded in here.
I mean, you can put it back on there for now.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
he puts it back on.
Where's my coat? I'm cold.
Here.
Cold? We're literally in like a tropical temperature.
That's not what I meant. I guess I feel naked. What happened? What I missed?
Skeleton.
I've got like a headache right now. Skeleton?
Yep.
No, vampire. Unless the skeleton is the vampire.
I don't
Skeleton
know.
vampire. Should have had his calcium. That's what happens when you don't drink any milk. That's what happens when your diet consists of exclusively blood. There's no calcium in. Wait. I was. I don't know. I actually don't.
Well, anyway, yeah. Akio, you get your coat back, but you find it to have been unboozed.
That's very impressive that you did that. I put in like a week's worth. You know what? Fine. I can't drink anything anyways. Not when I have this much of a hangover. Okay. All right. I'm oh god. I need some egg whites. Anyhow, what are we doing with the skeleton? Is that a good thing, bad thing? Someone
I
get
don't
me up
know.
to speed.
We're getting a sigh. Pal went to go get a sigh, so
What are you gonna do with the sigh?
well, she's a priestess of Crypta, so she might know what the deal
Oh,
is with it, because
well,
it's like a weird skeleton.
that's gonna keep happening. I'm sorry. Every time you say a sigh, I think you're literally talking about a sigh. That's how you say that. Like or like I'm thinking of like,
Yeah.
the
A dagger,
fork thing.
yes.
Is it a dagger? I always thought it was like a fork with a. I guess a trident is a fork. Yeah.
Anyway,
Prong.
you
Sorry.
soon you return with Asai, Pow, and after Pascal removes the lid again, Asai looks within. I do not. Hmm. God bless you.
Sorry, I forgot the mute.
This is the remains, or rather, these are the remains of a vampire.
Oh. Wait, so maybe he was in there?
Is it the same
But-
vampire?
This, as I said before, my scrying is hazy, but this is superficially similar to the casket I saw,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think it's identical.
Hmm.
So this could be just a decoy stone coffin with skeleton and ash inside. Super.
Or Namboku did not, in fact, survive. Perhaps he tried transferring caskets and the water killed him. That would be strange.
Hmm.
If it was some sort of decoy, if this isn't actually him, then he wanted this to be found here. If he knew we were looking for him somehow.
My experience with vampires is limited. There are not particularly many in Hadano, thankfully. But from what I do know, is that most of them that do not gain a exceptional facility with subterfuge and misdirection tend to be very short-lived.
Okay. Kasumi?
I
Is
mean, considering
Kasumi-
how tenacious. Why wouldn't I be there?
I don't know. I hadn't said anything, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I just didn't have much to add.
Yeah.
I would point out that I think it we should operate under the pretense that he is still alive until
Yeah.
we can confirm.
Mm.
No, I agree. But I'm concerned that however he found the kids in the first place, he has that capability to do it again. And now
Yeah.
they're in a place where there are more
Well,
people with the abilities he's looking for.
I guess that I could have a conversation with them to see how they were caught. Because if they were like living in a town, I mean, you know how it was. People talked about me a lot.
Sure. Right. Word gets around, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned it's more urgent than that, and I'm worried.
Oh, I agree, and I'll talk to them and see what they have to say about maybe there was some sort of something that happened.
Okay, I'd like to go with you.
As far as, and yes, absolutely, but the stuff that we have here is there any way that we could identify who who these remains were? Like, is there some sort of magic that we could use for that?
If the corpse was more intact, I could ask it, but well, actually, let me look that up. Speak with corpse.
Ooh.
Speak with dead. One dead creature. Body must be mostly intact to be able to respond. Damaged corpse may be able to give partial answers or partially correct answers, but it at least must have a mouth in order to speak at all.
Hey,
The
the skeleton
skeleton.
still has a mouth.
No, it has a mandible.
What? That counts as a mouth?
It does
No.
not.
What? It has to be a meat mouth?
The corpse needs to be able to enunciate words in the same way you would.
What?
It will. When Speak with Dead works, the corpse animates. It will inhale and then it will exhale and form the words in that way. So basically, no, the skeleton ain't gonna be able to respond. Well.
Can we
Okay.
give him a pad and
The
a pencil?
skeleton will not be
Can we
able
give him
to.
a pen and
it won't
paper?
be able to write.
Hang on. Let Sal's finish.
The skeleton will not be able to respond verbally, but it can still shake its head.
Okay. I mean, that's a yes or no question. Are you Namboku?
All right.
Can I sense motive on a skeleton?
You're gonna.
I don't think they
it
can.
might try to deceive you. So
Can they lie? Oh.
the corpse can lie if it's inclined to do so.
I thought they can just, like, decline. But lying is interesting. I like that.
Okay, so Asai spends 10 minutes casting the spell, and after the ritual is complete, the skeleton does not have a sudden inhale of breath as its lungs have long ceased to exist, but it does shake, and as a spasm goes through the skeletal structure, and its jaw works a couple of times as it sort of like snaps its teeth together. It can't see, so it does not lock onto you. SI looks to you and, what questions do you wish me to ask? And as Asai speaks, then you see that the skull just like snaps towards her.
Jeez.
I mean, are you Namboku would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
She asks,
Number one.
Wait. Ask first. Were you a vampire?
No, this is. If she answers yes to I'm Namboku. Like, huh?
Because then we can know if it's gonna lie or not.
I can ask it 6 questions
Whoa.
before the spell ends. So Choose wisely.
Does the body have the lying capabilities it did in life? Or
Actually, yes.
oh my goodness
Well,
gracious.
I mean, either way, let's just ask the questions and we'll see what we can figure out.
Yep.
Okay. So first question: are you an Mboku?
Yes.
The skull nods up and down.
Mm, sense motive on a skeleton.
All right.
I believe
Sada
it.
and
An
Paulina.
8?
I don't have a sense motive.
Oh.
Kasumi, it's a skeleton. How the heck are you supposed to read a skeleton? It's nodding. But Sada and Paulina, each of you detected a certain hesitation before the skeleton began to nod.
He's a lying skeleton. Ay, 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 ay. Do you think this was one of his one of the dudes, one of the blood tigers in his thrall? Made one of them sacrifice itself for
Wait, I'm sorry. So it is lying.
yeah.
Might be. We don't know.
Seems hesitant.
Let me think of another question. Hmm. That's a good yes or no question.
We could ask if he was made to take Namboku's place in the coffin.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he
go with
might have bit him and
What if
said
it's
no.
What if it's Namboku's body, but Namboku is still alive with a new body?
Oh man, that's the whole new set of problems. We're not
All right.
ready for
What
any
are
of
you
that.
asking the skeleton?
Do you serve Namboku?
The skeleton nods.
Okay.
Sense motive of the skeleton.
Sada, you're not getting a good read on the skeleton this time, as once again it is a skeleton and doesn't have any like sort of facial tics or anything that you can look at. Pow, though, you didn't detect the hesitation the first time that you did
So
the first time.
the skeleton is telling the truth. Probably. I mean, it is a skeleton, so I guess grain of salt. But yeah, so he's probably made to be the decoy.
Okay.
We have 4 other questions, was it?
You
Yep.
have 4
Yeah.
more questions.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I would follow up with the specific question: were you turned into a vampire to be Namboku's decoy?
Um, the skeleton does not move.
That's weird.
I mean, that is what a skeleton usually does.
What was your wording? Were you made to be a vampire to take his place, to be a decoy? Is that the
Yeah.
wording?
Yeah. That's basically were you made to be a decoy for him?
Either a yes or a no? Or is he
refuses-
just declining?
The skeleton does not move.
Well,
Asai would explain to you that if the corpse is of a particularly strong-willed person, it could potentially refuse to answer, and or lie to you.
Jeez.
Okay, so
Oh,
he might not have known that he was, a patsy.
maybe. We could ask if
What if we ask it?
he.
I was gonna ask him. What if we ask if it knows who we are?
I don't know if that's important.
Yeah, I know who you are. So what? I'm dead. Yeah, that's probably not a
Or are
good
you gonna ask?
question.
We could ask him if he knew if Namboku had a means of tracking planes touched folk, other than just word of mouth.
Are you asking if he knows that, or if
If he
Namboku-
knew whether Namboku had an ability like that. If he was part of the crew, he'd
Well,
probably
okay.
know, but I don't know. I'm asking the group if that's a good question. I'm not asking the skeleton the question. I don't know.
I guess yeah.
don't
Let's
see-
ask it. Can you track plane? Can you Namboku track plane touched
Well,
individuals?
he's not Namboku though.
Is he though?
No, he's
I
not.
don't think he is.
Sada, you got the hint of hesitation earlier, so you would be inclined to think that it probably isn't it. Can Namboku track the plane touched kids? And so what's the exact wording of the question?
Can Namboku track plane touched?
Okay.
Or I don't. Maybe not that.
All right, did
Because
he?
what if this guy doesn't know that's what his prey
Because
was
the
or
skeleton
whatever?
nods to that question.
Oh, we asked it, I guess. Okay. Sense motive the skeleton.
Sorry, after a certain point, Asai is just going to ask the
Yeah,
question.
that's fair. Hell.
So the question specifically, can Namboku track plane touched? Sada, you're not getting a good read. Paulina, you do get a good read. It's you think that the skeleton is almost gleefully telling the truth at that point.
And the skeleton said yes?
The skeleton said yes.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Is
Checks out.
Namboku on Sarugu?
Probably. That's I mean, how else would he have known that we were looking for him if he wasn't already here to send out a decoy? He's oh.
Is that what you ask?
No, I don't think that's it. I think we probably already know that if he can track them, then he's probably tracked them to here. And to know that we were looking for him means that he probably again was already here. So otherwise he wouldn't know that we were looking for that crate, So what do we ask? We have one more?
You have two more.
Two. Oh, okay. Could ask where he is, maybe.
It has to be yes or no.
That is true, isn't it? He's a skeleton.
Yeah, the skeleton just starts winging its head around.
Oh, he's such a rude skeleton. I don't know. 20 questions with a skeleton.
Oh, 6.
Is Namboku still alive? Would that be a good one?
I mean, why would they do all this charade if he's not out
Yeah.
there still hunting? There wouldn't be any use for it.
Mm,
I know.
Is Namboku heading for the plain-touched children right now?
I mean, this guy, he's a skeleton in a box. He wouldn't know what's happening right now. But
You
I
would,
mean,
though.
what if we
what?
were given
He's in a box.
Hey, real quick, what if we were to get, as Toon was saying, what if we give him a pen and paper? Would he be able to write out an answer?
That is unfortunately asking
just-
a lot for a skeleton.
He has
Okay.
no eyes.
Also, he's kind of a liar. He's a bit of a shit.
You're kind of a liar.
He'd probably just like break the pencil in half.
He'd eat it.
I mean, we could just get it back pretty easy.
Now, if he chewed it up with his bone teeth.
Oh man.
Yeah, as opposed to his other sort of teeth.
Yeah.
Try and chew a pencil apart. Oof.
I mean, it's a skeleton. It's not going to feel it. Okay, you got 2 more questions, and there is a time limit on this. The
Yep.
spell only
Oh,
lasts for
shit.
12 minutes, and you're starting to hit up against that time limit.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I know. There's only so many yes/no questions you can ask a skeleton.
does Namboku know where the kids are now?
Yeah, that's fair.
The skeleton refuses to answer, or
Oh,
simply does
shit.
not move.
I'm a shitty skeleton.
Hmm.
You got 1 more.
Do you like ice cream?
I feel like that might be a waste of a question.
Probably.
Um. That's so frustrating. Yeah, I can't think of anything. All I want to ask is where. That's useless.
Can we ask if he's on Surugu? Just to make sure.
Sure.
All right. Is Namboku on Surugu?
The skeleton shakes its head no, and then as soon as it does, whatever motive force was animating it leaves its dusty body, and it collapses back into the base of the basin. And Paulina and Sada, you both got the sense that the skeleton was lying.
Yeah, of course. He's a shitty little skeleton. All right, so yeah, we should probably start
Damn
on whatever we're going to do about this ASAP.
Asai, how do you deal with Asai, how do you deal with a vampire?
Well, you find you find its coffin, and while it is within, you stake it in its heart, and then you cut its head off, and then you bury it after filling its mouth with holy wafers or some other equivalent.
Wow. How do you find the coffin? Is it just luck?
That's
Do
there's
they have
no
a?
real specific way of doing that. No,
They don't have like a favored place you'd put a coffin. It's just sort of wherever's tucked away safe. That's it.
essentially yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There are tales of vampiric lords holding their own castles and having their coffins deep within, protected by all manner of minions. That doesn't seem like our Namboku's MO, though, from what I've come to understand.
I don't think he has the time to find a castle and minions. If that guy in the box was one of his faithful, does that mean there's just 2 left? Did we leave him with 3 servants?
He had 2 servants left.
Oh, so maybe he just has the one? One isn't very much to haul around a big box, though.
That's true.
It's concerning.
Let's go see if any of the crew are acting squirrely. See if
Yeah.
anyone's in
Sure.
on it.
One of the
Yeah.
crew.
Let's be quick about that, though. I would like
Yeah.
to get to your monastery as quick as we can. Because either, if he can just sniff them out, we either stay up there until he shows up, or we bring them down to stay with us. I don't want them there without us. They need to be under constant watch.
So what is the first thing that you're doing?
Talk to the crew.
Where's the crew?
Ah, yes. The crew is outside. There's 4 of them.
4 of them?
It's not a very large ship. Mm-hmm. Yep. Captain, 3 guys that he hires. And
Right.
they're all very, very concerned about what's going on.
I pace in front of them and try to see if any of them look a little suspicious. I guess.
They look generally terrified
Okay.
about what's happening. You don't get anybody giving you any particular negative vibes.
When did you take on that piece of cargo? The
We
stone
don't
chest.
know.
Did it just show up?
Yes, when we were being inspected by the port guards.
Well, that's no good.
It's like it was hidden, but there was nobody else on the ship. I have no idea how it got there. It's like it just appeared.
Sense motive, this random sailor. Yeah. I'm skeptical of everybody now.
Well, actually, Pow, this guy is he is looking and trying to convince you with every fiber of his being that he's being honest, and you are inclined to believe him. He seems to be telling the truth. He looks utterly confused and terrified by what is happening.
He's using magic
This guy is?
to convince you.
Specifically me?
He
Yes.
casts glibness.
Do we not have Edric here somewhere?
No.
Oh.
Edric is right there, actually.
What?
Alright, well that sucks. This sucks.
Yeah.
Super. Were you sailing from Hongo though?
No,
No. Yeah.
Where'd you
we're a
come from?
fishing ship, really. We're not fishing. We a small transport. We were bringing down food from Kamako. It's just grain.
They just picked the ship and they put a decoy on it in a place that was easy to find. So we would waste a bunch of time. Or think that we had, gotten rid of a problem. So not much else to do here, I don't think. You guys?
Kick his ass.
What?
No.
No, please.
I'm sorry to have caused this upsetment. That's not a word. Anyway,
It's not. Are you?
we'll
okay?
have I'm not okay. I just talked to a skeleton a bunch. We'll have the crate removed. It's just taking up space in your hull, and that sucks. So
Oh,
sorry to be of a hassle.
you believe us?
Well, I rolled a 35, so I am inclined to believe you.
I have no idea what that means, but thank you.
Yeah, you seem trustworthy and just as confused as we are. Unless you guys have issue with that, what do you think?
That's
Nah.
fine.
Because it seems like this was all just sort of a sham.
Okay. I think we need to go back and talk
Yep.
to the kids / make sure that
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
as we walk away, I do that thing where I point to my eyes and I point at his eyes.
He just like fails at your glance.
I kind of snicker a little bit.
Okay, so you are flying back to the
Yes.
monastery, I presume?
And
Yeah.
we for sure have Suru on the boat with us. For sure.
Okay.
Certainly, she's here this time.
But she's in a
You-
coma, at a food coma.
She's being stoic. Yes, she ate too many hamburgers.
Well, for whatever reason, she's being quiet,
she
but
ate a really big king's hand.
Oh
oh
no.
no, madness food. You take off and fly up to the monastery. It only takes you about an hour. It's quite the fast trip. Um, and yeah, you are there now, and you set down and you unload yourself from the ship. And what do you do?
I'm gonna immediately go gather Kimnuriel, the kids, Mino, Tatsu, Rendato, and Valine.
Yeah, I just want
Um,
to scope
that's
it
a
out and
lot
make
of
sure
people
people are
to
here.
fit
Hmm?
on the.
They're not going on the ship. We're gonna talk to them here.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You gather them into sort of the main uh monastery building. Um,
I'm gonna stay with the kids wherever they are.
well, I think they're in there
Are
with
we
you.
all together? Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't sure
they're
if it
gonna
was
be.
just the.
No.
Okay.
I did specify grabbing the kids too,
Oh,
because
oh,
I
oh, oh, oh.
want to talk to them too.
Okay. So yeah, you get everybody together.
Okay, so we're trying to tie up the whole thing with Namboku, and so far we have not. We have instead turned up something that makes us suspicious that he might be somewhere on the island. Which I know, great. I'm sure that sounds very exciting for you guys. We're doing what we can. Um, we need to find out from you. How did he find you?
The kids look at each other and look back at you, and we were each kidnapped individually. I mean, we were all sort of orphans, regardless, or
Okay.
just
Did you
didn't have a home. So
did you
I
live
guess
in big towns?
Hokashi pipes up and goes, "I lived in a really small town."
So it's not like people would necessarily know who you were.
Um, they looked around, look at each other.
I mean,
No.
like, okay, so like for example, when I used to live in Viven, I constantly hid how I looked. I take a moment to change my skin color. Um, I did that because otherwise people talked, and that got exhausting. Um, so my question was, were you like, was your profile pretty low in these towns that you lived in?
Over the course of asking all four of them, you get the general gist of yes. Um, they're still relatively young. They hadn't done anything besides look different, really, to really make them of interest. And there wasn't, and it's not like in Viven where you have like major academic institutions and the dottores and people who would be like interested in just examining how Kasumi ticked, just for the sake of it, like certain sneaker peekers in the world.
Mhm.
They, as it turns out, as you learn, came from generally small to middle-sized towns and villages uh, in uh, across the Broken Coast. Um, all four of them were either orphans or uh, relieved from, driven from their homes.
Okay.
Abandoned, rather. That seems to be the case for both. That seems to be the case for both Hokashi and Manu,
Uh-huh.
whereas Kato and Samaru were just orphaned in the normal fashion. with
as
the-
one is.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes me think that he has some way to track you and you specifically. Because otherwise, I don't know. I feel like he would have gone for a higher concentrate, people with a higher potency, so to speak, before he would have gone after, some kids, unless he just thinks you're easy targets. I don't know. I'm rambling. With that being the case, I think that it would be best if you guys were to stay close for the time being. I don't know where he is, but if he has a way to find you, then we need to solve that.
They all sort of nod. So we're leaving.
I don't. I don't know if we should. Tell me if I'm crazy, but what better place to do this than in a place that is isolated where we can minimize any sort of issue. We know that we can handle him, but having this happen in the middle of Hayaba would probably not be good.
Mhm.
Also,
if we moved them to Hayaba, I think you would have to move everybody here.
move the entire population of Hayaba into the mountain.
No, everybody.
No,
from the
all of the
monastery.
people on the mountain.
Because he's probably going to go after any kind of plain touch, not just the kids.
If he's
The
focused,
only plain touched are these 4 children, Tatsu and Kasumi. I would notice.
the others are just.
Yeah, Kimnari will not even a plain touch. She's an ice elf.
That's right. They just have kinetic abilities.
Does it, or does he just want kinetic abilities?
So there's you and there's
He wants
Tatsu. So-
plain touched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's presumably plain touched to have a higher concentration of all that stuff.
They got that direct line
Yeah.
to the outer plains.
So I think this is where we get Shin to help us out. He needs to start putting out subtle feelers to try to find the location of the coffin. If we do that, then okay, it's gonna sound like you're bait. This is a great way to start a sentence. But you're not really bait because I'm going to be here with you. Everyone's going to be here with you. You will be safe. But we would, because I don't think he would want to have his coffin far from, too far from here, because he'd want to try to just try again. He likely feels bitter that he was stopped, especially when he didn't especially know why, because we didn't engage with his talking really. So if he were to fall in battle again, he'd want to get back here again. So his coffin has to be somewhere on the island. If it is, Shin will find it. And if he finds it, then while he's here with us, Shin has someone destroy it.
Island's a big place.
Island is a big place, but it's our home turf.
Cato
Sure.
raises his hand.
Yes.
I don't know if this helps, but you're talking like he knows where we are already. He caught me first.
Hmm.
And so I was with him longest when he was looking for the others. I didn't I don't remember a lot. I was dominated nearly all the time. But he didn't seem to like have some sort of sixth sense or anything. He was like asking questions and
Hmm.
just searching like in a normal way.
Okay.
Should have made that question to the skeleton more specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have
Well,
just been like, he does have a means of finding them. He just found them.
It's
Like,
the
just-
normal way.
God damn it, skeleton!
it's fine. That's
Yeah.
good to know. Because then, on the flip side, I don't think it's going to be hard for him to suss out where we are, considering this whole monastery is
You've got
kind
an elemental monastery.
elemental
Uh-huh.
monastery where people are chosen to live an entirely new life. Yada
Run,
yada.
run by the blue water lady that's part of the government. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the exact
Mhm.
location of the monastery isn't super well known, but I would note that it may be safer for them rather in an open floor plan monastery in a castle surrounded by an army of guard.
Yeah, but they can't live that way forever.
No, but it would be safer until you kill him.
Yep. Not wrong there.
Yeah, I suppose. I was
Also-
operating on the assumption that he would be on his way. Um, hmm.
None of these students are capable of defending themselves at this time. Honestly, I don't even think Tatsu is really capable of defending himself at this
No,
time.
no, he's
Certainly
not.
not from someone like this. So, if this Nemboku were to attack the monastery, you have a lot of people here that would be very vulnerable.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Just civilian students versus armed soldiers in our castle.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. So in that respect, then yeah, but Hayaba Castle. Hey, you guys get to live in a palace essentially for a little bit.
The children, who at Bandilla's point had been rather muted at the knowledge of that Nemboku is still hunting for them, brighten up immediately, like a switch has been flipped.
And let me tell you, my husband will make you dinner every night, and he is great at it.
They've already tasted Tatsu's food once at this point, and they appear very stoked at this point.
Um, hmm. Okay, so we need to talk with Shin. Well, let's get you three and Canuriel back to the palace.
Muriel pauses
Hmm.
and goes, there is the thought that if Namboku can't detect where these children are specifically, he might find out about this place and come here thinking that this would be a likely location.
Yeah, I know. there.
I can protect this place the same way that I protected the temple.
Okay.
But I have to remain here in order to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you think that's best, I trust your judgment on it. I mean, I'll send some. I'll instruct some guards to come up this way. But yeah, let's get you kids to the castle. We need to have a conversation with Shen.
Okay. So the 5 of you are taking up space on the sky skiff. Then there's 4 children, which we determined add up to about 3 people in total. So that leaves room for another 2 people, if you'd like to take anybody else from the monastery. Kamnuriel is elected to stay. Tatsu apparently is one of the remaining 2 seats.
I mean, we could always do like a quick back and forth to get extra people.
That's true.
You still have room. That's the thing. So it could take more people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think we need to really go into the finer points, as we can just get everybody there in what, like 4 total hours.
That's true. Yeah, it's about a one-way. It's about an hour trip back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, you can basically take whoever you want over the course of the next few hours. What I'll note to you is that Valine and Rendato are electing to stay in the monastery. Valine is very excited to be able to use the scroll of guards and wards that she has.
Hell yeah. God believes
Um,
good. She's the
and
closest we have to an artificer in this campaign.
and along with Kimnuriel. Tatsu goes back with you, and you get a request to help defend the kids from one Irator.
I'm sorry, what?
Uh,
A request to help defend the kids from who?
one sulky Irator. Uh, uh, your local cat boy.
Ara's requesting?
Yes. He's like in a very sort of bravado ridden determination.
Mhm.
Basically comes up to you and goes, I want to go.
I appreciate the gumption, but I don't know if this is the right call right now. This
Look,
guy's dangerous.
if there's a freaking vampire in front of me, I won't like jump in front of him, but I want to help. And I'm so useless here. Everything I do is just like slamming my head against a wall. I can't do anything, at least while I'm here. Please.
You don't leave their side. Because
Yeah,
if you're their
no,
side, then
heck,
they're by my
I
side.
like them. They're chill. I mean, they're not that older than them anyway, you know?
Okay, I will warn you. The Sylph girl,
She's
she
really
will
oh no, I met her. We got that down. She asked me everything already.
find more questions.
I'm sure it's fun. I started asking them back.
Are you a Sylph?
No,
Are you sure?
I am not a heir associated.
I know. I'm kidding. Point being, you guys, the 5 of you now are going to stay by my side. You do what you can, but you do not engage him directly.
Definitely.
Hey, Sals.
Yes.
Has there ever been any planes touched that are like kineticists of the opposite element?
There aren't that many plane touched in the who are or kinesists at this time in general. So none that you've ever heard of.
I just thought that'd be funny. If there was like a undying pyrokineticist.
Perhaps there will be.
Mm.
Well, anyway, yes. So soon you have collected yourselves and are now back in the city of Hayaba. And are ready to protect your charges from one angry, well, actually fairly chill vampire who nonetheless does not wish them anything good.
Probably cross with us right now.
He might be a little annoyed at you, yes.
I guess
Slightly
let's talk to Shin about figuring out if he can get people to find out where the coffin is, maybe.
Okay. It's pretty easy to find Shin. He's obviously not trying to hide from you. And when you enter into his preferred haunt, uh, although he's actually had to change um, change his preferred spot from the inn that was close to the docks to one closer to the castle. When the uh, Mask of Many Faces attempted to assassinate Sada and attacked everyone with ninjas, a number of ninjas attacked Shin inside that inn, and Shin made something of a mess of the place, defending himself, and has been banned from it.
Hmm.
Fortunately, Shin seems to be able to roll with such things quite easily, and you find him in the back area in a sort of like private room of a complete new inn, where he is being waited upon in his usual fashion. You come upon him as he is partaking of a platter of uh, some sort of dumpling that you really don't quite recognize, actually. And he looks at you and nods and, ah, my employer,
Hey.
how is Hongo? I've heard that you've had some undead problems.
Yes.
Still do.
Oh, that wasn't your preferred corpse in the casket?
Unfortunately, it does not seem to be the case.
Okay.
That means that the vampire that we thought we were hoping was dead is still at large, and I suspect is on this island somewhere.
Hmm.
So with respect to that, here we are. I think you might be able to suss out what we're here for.
Well, you want me to find you a vampire
Yes.
specifically?
If we can figure out where he is, and if we can, even better if we can find out where his coffin is.
Right.
Yeah. We think he's
Well,
on Sarugu though, so
that's not good.
nope.
I can tell you that as of right now, I don't know where he is.
Well, of course.
Well, no, not of course, actually. I have a pretty good idea of the comings and goings of people on this island. This guy and his big stone box managed to elude my eyes and ears. I'm going to remedy that in time, but it won't be immediate. Or who knows? Maybe it will be. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to find out where exactly he is. But it might be a bit.
Oh.
I would potentially make investigations of your own.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Shin.
Hmm.
You still have that guy who can train fire dragons lined up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got that figured out. So hopefully in the next month we should be able to get the fire dragons like tamed and docile enough to hopefully do that and
That'll be
get them gathered up.
perfect.
Yeah.
It'll
The
take a
Sylvans
bit
the Sylvans
to
had some
lure.
contacts, so
It'll take a little bit to lure him here.
Hmm.
I'm thinking something in the area of, well, not insubstantial amount. I'll let you know the costs that are required.
Alright.
Would you like some dumplings? There's soup in them.
Is it drug soup?
I'm gonna
No,
try.
it's
Sal's the
regular soup.
soup dumpling.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna
Drug
try one.
soup.
I'm gonna grab one and swallow it whole because I assume that's how you're supposed to do it.
You're gonna choke.
You should chew. Yeah. Make a Constitution. Make a Fortitude saving throw.
But it's full of soup.
Yeah,
Have
but
you ever
it's
had a
the
dumpling
dumpling.
before?
Full of soup?
The dumpling part's the part you're gonna choke on if you swallow it whole.
Akio's an
Yeah,
idiot, so this checks out.
Yeah, the soup is around the dumpling. The dumpling is usually stuffed with like
Dumplings around the soup.
Oh, I thought he said it had soup in it. I
it
thought.
does.
It does. It has soup in it, but it also has meat and
It's-
also the actual dumpling material.
It's a
Oh.
dumpling.
I misunderstood. I thought it was like a donut full of soup.
No,
Alright, did I-
Um,
it's like a bowl full of soup.
Yeah.
so
Whoops.
hungry.
Yeah. What
Um,
happens?
You choke a bit. It's like you try to swallow it whole, and it just sort of explodes in your mouth. And now there's just like soup and also solids mixed in, trying to all shove its way down your throat. And it's one of those things where when you swallow something that's really too big, and it kind of hurts going down, but you manage to get
Yeah.
it down.
Just like how Mama used to make them.
Oh my god.
That's actually pretty impressive.
You need to be careful, please.
That's good. Thank you.
Yep,
Yep. They're good though. Try one.
I do like a dumpling.
Well, I have plenty, so. Is there anything else you need my services for?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, not that I can think of. Once you find them, then we can come up with a plan to kind of deal with them.
Mm. I'll do my best. As soon as I finish these. And eat another soup dumpling.
Also, kids, do not follow his example.
Did you bring the kids to Shen
To
the
a bar.
They
Den of
are
Iniquity?
they are not leaving my side.
Oh my
Don't you
god.
call me a bad example, then bring children to
I could have
Shin.
I could have watched them outside the bar. My goodness.
They are not leaving my side.
Oh,
What if he was
man.
having one of his parties?
Yeah.
We would have handled that differently.
Oh,
God.
Cole. God.
Could have hosed him down.
Want dumplings. Mm.
Would any of your kids did you adopt a bunch more kids?
Yeah.
No, not they're students.
He grins, I know.
They're orphan students, but they're students.
Would the students like some dumplings?
No.
They're good dumplings. They got soup
Ugh.
in them.
God, fine. They can have some dumplings if they want dumplings.
They each try a dumpling. They all agree that there's actually good dumplings, and that they do in fact have soup in them. Kato gets a second one, and with that, you exit Shin's new bar.
I thought you said exit for a second. I was confused because we didn't. There's no eggs involved here. Why make the egg joke if you're not?
We egg the bar
And yeah, with that,
with dumplings.
you find your way back into the castle.
And Nyambuku's already there
Yeah, probably.
The
on the
kids are
throne.
secured. He is not. Your castle has not been violated.
I don't even have a
Um,
throne, so he brought it himself.
You,
You definitely have some sort of chair because you were eating a raw potato in a chair at one point
No,
in the
Yeah,
throne
I
room.
was sitting at a podium, or standing at a
What?
podium, eating that
I don't
potato.
believe that.
Yeah.
well, kneeling, but it's not like it's not a big chair. That's it's more like a kneeling pillow, but it's actually quite ornate, and you do have a desk. Well, anyway, you are soon all collected into the castle, and are prepared for your eventual showdown with Namboku.
Or are we?
Should we stock up on vampire hunting tools?
Fill the whole castle with garlic.
Like just get a bunch of steaks. Just cover ourselves in steaks. Go all Van
I
Helsing.
call upon the power of Jesus Christ, the enemy of
Yeah.
vampires.
Whoever that is.
Um,
The demigod of vampire hunting.
yes, of course.
Yes.
So yeah, you all find yourselves set up and prepared for whatever may come next.
How many days is left on are left in the month now, Sal's?
After this,
Mm.
well, actually, yeah, for the next few days, days will just pass. There's only about 4 days left in the month, and they pass on just sort of uneventfully. The kids find that living in a castle is pretty neat for about 48 hours, and then they realize they're trapped there, and they're incredibly bored. And they let you know.
Nice.
Ara has quickly gone from being a guardian, or would-be guardian, to a babysitter.
Let's sick Betalist on them. They can bore them to
Oh
sleep.
God.
They quickly learn that they can outrun Betalist quite easily. What's worse is when Pardax comes and it's just like scattered. Terrifying. Children, it is time to learn math. All of it.
It's important.
And so you go into the next month without any issue whatsoever. Nothing bad happens.
Wow, nothing bad happened.
In fact, it's actually almost calming. That like apparently Namboku's good, but he's not seeming to do anything. So maybe he's just going to give up and go away. Alina,
What? Yes.
You've
You
been bitten.
are in
Shit.
your home.
Vampire dog. Okay.
You have come home at night
Okay.
after doing your duty at the castle, making sure everything is going on right, all right, checking the kids, talking to the people, doing your job, and actually doing it quite well.
Okay.
And you come home to a fairly darkened home, and making your way up to the second floor, you would normally interact with Pascal at a certain point.
Yeah.
And you walk into the sort of open floor plan with the sliding walls on the second floor where your living quarters are. And as you go through and eventually find your way over to where Pascal's sort of desk and office area is, you hear a voice. And you whip your head around as the voice says, "You know, this guy's something else. If it still mattered to me, I'd be asking him for his chest workout."
Uh-oh.
Rest a jug on these things. Namboku is sitting on Pascal's desk,
Uh-huh.
his hand on Pascal's shoulder. Pascal is sort of like zoned out, looking straight ahead.
Uh-huh.
And Namboku is looking at you, sort of cockily smirking at you. What do you do?
I take it you want to talk.
Well, be better than you punching my torso apart. That was kind of a drag last time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, here we are. Just you and me and your big titty boy toy, who I'm ready to pop.
Wow, was I not ready for you to say that? Wow.
Dude,
Who
just went right
I'm
off.
maybe save it until I finish talking.
Sorry.
I mean, you did say big titty boy toy, though.
I did. To be fair, it's
I'll never not think of that phrase. That's great. Oh, boy.
whose head I can pop off like a jug lid.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Seen some
So
of your handiwork, yeah. Okay.
I know you have those 4 kids. I don't know where they are yet, but I'm going to find them. It'd be easier for everybody if you could just hand them over.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd be on my way. Never see any of you ever again. Honestly, I forget about the whole thing with the crown. Don't have to interact. You can have your revolution, and I'll go somewhere else. Easy.
Yeah, you make it sound that way, don't you?
I mean, or we don't. Like, we just don't do that.
I'm guessing from your tone that you're not
I'm
entirely.
guessing from your tone.
Shut. You. Like, dude, come on.
I mean, why would I respect you? You're trying
You're
to.
not here, is my
Yeah,
point.
Kasumi isn't there.
Okay.
Mhm.
I did not realize I was not there.
Mhm.
My bad.
I'm guessing from your tone that you're not interested in that deal.
It's not that entirely. It's just that you make it sound a little bit easier than it might be to actually do in practice.
Why? I mean, you tell
we
me where they
hand
are.
we hand you over 4 kids. What do you do with them? You
Take
just
them
walk away with? You take them away. What? You walk off with 4 kids?
Um,
You don't have
more or less.
henchmen anymore, do you, to carry them off?
I mean, I could tell you that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You did kill a bunch of my blood tigers, yeah.
Well, some of them blew up on their own. Also,
They have that habit, I've noticed. Weird stuff.
just coincidence, yeah.
But look, all I need to know is where they are. And yeah, I can carry a few scrawny teenagers. I'm, as it turns out, really fucking strong. And
You
he sort of
Turn. Oh,
grips Pascal's shoulder slightly harder.
yeah. There's no need to do that.
Maybe not, but something about turning into a dead abomination kind of leaves you a little mean, I guess. Probably the best way to describe it.
Right, but you do him in, and you will have me on your back, killing you over and over and over again in the same manner. You understand?
See, now you're threatening me. But the last time that you did not destroy, just turned into mist. Turned me into mist, right? You had a bunch of friends with you. And I kind of remember getting nearly hit by a gigantic sword a whole lot before I got punched by you.
Only because you were so slippery, I could have punched you so many times. Very frustrating. It was
Oh,
not
gee,
fair.
Namboku, if only you weren't so monstrously powerful, I'd be able to
Yeah.
1v1 you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Listen. Can you take your hand off of him?
He loosens his grasp, but he
Yeah.
doesn't take his hand off him.
I don't know. Maybe I'd be a little less tetchy if you weren't so, about to explode his head or whatever.
Hmm?
All right.
No, I just, flick it off the back of his neck.
We have the kids,
I figured.
right? They're in a place that is very secure, right?
Makes sense.
You're asking me to hand them over?
I'm asking you to tell me where they are.
You just said
I'll
you
take
know
it
where
from
they
there.
are. No?
No, I said I don't know where they are. But I'd find out eventually. I'm trying to make it easy.
Are you gonna fight your way in if we have...
No. If you notice, big guy here isn't exactly reacting very much. He
Can you
sort of like
can you
flicks his ears a
hypnotize?
couple of times.
Oh, don't do that. It's rude.
So, yeah, I
Can you
could do that.
hypnotize like a whole army
I mean,
all at once?
eventually there'd be a bit of a time limit factor, but
Jeez.
I can
Fucking Christ.
compel quite a few people at once. And really, it just takes a few to get into a place.
And what's preventing you from killing him, whether I hand them over or not? I'm supposed to take your word?
I'm actually a pretty reasonable person. I just don't like it when things get in my way. But if I can get things to get out of my way without actually having to move them myself, I mean, it's just easier. And no, I don't want to have like a whole bunch of angry, powerful adventurers wanting vengeance on me. Apparently, especially like monk ladies that can channel divinity through their fists. That's really cool, by the way. I've never met anyone who can do that. Like, bang up job on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, you gonna tell me or not?
I mean, we have them. We have them in the castle. I don't know what else to tell you other than that. Well guarded.
He
All of
smiles.
us concentrated there. Not going to be able to convince others to listen.
Nope. Thanks a lot. I didn't get your name.
I'm not going to give you my name.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Can you get out of my house?
sure. He lets go of Pascal, who sort of stumbles forward as Namboku pushes him a little, shakes his head, and goes, "But where am I? What?" And Namboku turns into mist,
Uh-huh.
floats through the rafters, gone.
Oh, my face is in my hands,
And
Sal's.
that's where we will end for this week.
Fuck.
I was like
Um,
daydreaming about how many bao I was going to make on my holidays. I'm like, oh yeah, buns. Can't wait to make so many delicious buns. Oh no, why would you do this?
well, you know,
Very
Namboku might have a particular dislike for the
I'm
person who
gonna
punched him so hard he exploded.
I'm gonna cut his head off.
We gotta cut his head off. We gotta stake him and then cut his head off and then bury it with some holy shit in his mouth. Oh, what
What
do
if we
I
just-
do?
Or if we don't do any of that and just bury him.
Well,
Alive.
then you won't be dead the right way, I guess. You can
Yeah,
just
but
turn to
he'll-
mist, probably.
What if we make it so he can't turn to mist?
Oh, I think that's the
What?
staking and the decapitating does
Ah.
that pretty well.
Or putting him in the fridge. Oh wait, I guess he could get out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think we have access to fridges.
An
In a
airtight
bottle.
box.
Yeah, like a mirrored box.
But yeah,
Probably
we'll
wouldn't
see.
hurt.
We got a week. We got a week to see how this plays out.
I'm angry. I just
Yeah.
wanted to think about food.
Now
know.
so tense.
Now you have to think about the impending threat to all your lives,
Yeah.
and also the phrase "big titty boy toy."
Big
Yeah.
titty boy toy.
I'm really